that in Europe, I was at all 4 World Championships last year. I've already been in Europe this year. I was in Russia, Finland for almost, it seemed like the whole first part of the winter because I felt it all the time. But the deal is that over there, almost everything is a slip because they make it simple. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to think about the philosophy, right? And I used to like the philosophy that was written in the early 90s, okay? You had total, universal, and risk. Okay, now they've taken total and slid it into universal, which is okay, and then they've added passivity into it because it became too big of a part of our sport. Remember, that in Paris, the #1 points were scored by you guys, not by the athletes. That's what we're trying to fix now, right? So we're going to have to really work at doing that. I implore you to be courageous and keep making this call. Okay? What I'm going to give today is a couple of things I think will hopefully put us all on one page. That we're the coaches. I can look at a coach and go, fix it, do this, you know? But if we don't call it, nobody's going to fix it. I'm going to show you an example of that too. So real quick, let's get back to the slip piece. If I take an arm split, I'm here. Remember that scores in Greco are where?
Behind.
Behind me. They're behind me. That's the reason why a lot of kids don't like Greco. Because we're so visual dominant. We're 70% visual dominant as humans. Everything is that way. So we love. You put a bunch of guys in a Greco room and tell them to start throwing, the first thing they got to do is, this guy has to be the protector of both of them. If I'm going to throw you, what's your first name? Chance? I'm going to take a chance here, and I'm going to throw. So as I throw Chance, it's Chance's job in a Greco room to save us, not me. In a freestyle room, it's I see guys here and I run my feet this way and fix it, okay? In Greco, I throw where I cannot see most of the time. That's why it takes a little more courage, I think, to wrestle Greco. So the deal is I'm going to throw, it will be his job to go, oh my God, we're about to land on somebody. He's got to fix it laterally. That's what I tell all my athletes, okay? So the deal is that the scores are behind us. So a couple things I want. For one, if I go here, and down, and he walks around me, right here, right now, I should come back up and we should have a fight right here, okay? We're wrestling here and I go, there should be no more fight here, okay? Because again, the coach walks over and asks, what did red do? Red did an arm spin. What did blue do? Coach, he ended up on top. Not technical merit there, okay? So, catch my chance. I'm here, I start, the catch is here. Now, wait, don't come down with me. Now, that's where it gets really close to me. Okay? Stay up. If you want to make it your score, hold me up, and make it go either change of direction or backwards. Now, if he does this, then it becomes his move, right? So we're going to give him how many points? 4. If he exposes my back, if we answer those 4 questions, and what's the 4 questions? Who initiated? Was it feet to back? Was there grand amplitude, and was there exposure? If we get those 4, then we can, and you guys are pros, so we're to do that in about a second and a half, right?
Listen to that.
That's right. If it's a really good throw, I want a second and a half down. Right? Yes. So the deal is that, and then it doesn't matter, right? So the thing is that if we're looking at that way, and we're going through those questions, that's what we're always doing. We're questioning ourselves first, and then we're questioning what, you know, if the judge doesn't agree with you on a move, on a call, then later on talk to him about it. But it's all communication pieces, and that's on that paper too. So here's where it gets trickier. I want to go back to the 1990s, because I believe that Greco-Roman wrestling was most beautiful in 90, 91, 92. Okay? One of the things we're working really hard on right now is same side wrist, inside 2-on-1, and I go, shit. Now, I've heard officials say to me, well, coach, is he really taking risks? Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, the bottom line is that I've turned my back on my opponent. My lines of defense is head, hands, and forearms, and then hips, right? That's my lines of defense. All of them are facing that way. But I'm facing my score. I'm facing my score. So the bottom line is I've done correct technique to this point. Now, him simply grabbed me, and instead of going this way, he lays me back this way. That's the tough call for me. Because if you say that's 2 for him because he exposed me and because he took me the opposite direction, I can't argue that. But the mere fact that anything that goes forward at all from this spot right here, now try to stop me, go. That's a slip. It is not a score on his part. Okay? And in Europe, here's another thing. Because the scores are behind me, when a guy locks me, what I usually do is I'm like this. Because I'm loading him right now. I'm loading him. So one of the things that we run into is that in freestyle and folk style, it's knee over toe action. Right now, he's still in charge. But is he really in charge in Greco? If the scores are behind me, he's not in charge anymore. So he locked. Now he has me under attack, technically, right? But because I'm doing this is where I need the big guy. Because the small guy, he goes. And I didn't even do anything. That's correct technique. But the problem is, we visualize going backwards as bad. We look at backwards bad. Not if my hips are in. If my hips are in, backwards is where I want to go. And the thing is, because I've cleared space, he's got me I put my knee here, I cleared space. Now I got space to turn. If I turn and go down, that's a slip. In Europe, that's a slip. In America, that's like, he had him under attack. Well, if he had him under attack, what direction would he go? Because in Greco, he's going the wrong way. The scores are behind us. So if we could look at that, yes, sir.
Okay, so you go for the throw, and you go right to your back.
Now remember, you can't slip to your back, and you can't slip out of bounds. And I'm sorry to cut you off.
But he gets the two.
Oh yeah, look, you can't slip to your back.
All right.
Right, and that's why too. Like, that's a great point though. Running to the edge. What are you scoring? 1. That's the score. In my heart, that's the score. Because you can't slip out of bounds. Why did I go for the move? I was bailing out. But here's the thing. Do you want to make the call or do you want me to make the call? I want the athlete to make the call. So this call can either be, and it can be a tougher call. Here, run. Ooh, we would not be looking at one anymore, right? Right? Yeah, definitely. I'm going to throw the next one. So, but because I bailed out, that's a 1. Now, if what we're after is action, then let's celebrate action. Let's celebrate action. I don't care if the coach goes, he bailed out. Coach, I think you're right. He bailed out. That's 1.
He made an attempt.
Yes. And the thing is, because we're running backwards, don't get too excited. That's not my move now.
So, Coach, talk about bailout in a situation where you actually went inside and the game's back. When would that be a bailout? You know, when you came on top, you know, when you came in.
Oh, when I took this?
Right here. Yeah, go inside.
Okay, now here's the neat thing about this. I don't believe there's any bailout here, Coach. I don't think there's any, because this is an inside 2-on-1. So if I take an inside 2-on-1, I'm looking to add reach around, right?
No, not that one. The other one, when you came inside, you turned inside.
So go inside,
Put your knees in.
arm throw. Go to both knees. Both knees right now.
And you said that was a slip, and you went to throw and you came down.
Where I finish it from here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm already on my knees. I've fully committed myself. I've taken great risk. So now, if this move goes forward, it is a slip. It's a 2 if I end up on top. It's a 2 if I make him go hip to chest. And it's nothing if he goes to his knees. And it's 4 if he goes to his back.
Hip.
But I'm already on my knees.
That's what I was asking. You already initiated, took the
But
risk.
here's the deal. He doesn't get to take me to my belly. If he wants to change the direction or change the elevation, it's the
Answer my question. That's good. It's a slip. You got that right there, slip.
He's taking a snapshot of time. He's taking a snapshot of time here. Do it like
Mr.
do it
Eric?
full motion.
Back in old style Greco. Okay?
That's why I asked that
Which is what this is. Guy hits the move unless the top guy catches him before he gets. In other words, it doesn't have to be much, but it's got to be enough catch and a pause. If they don't catch him before he gets knees on the mat, it's slip.
Even if he's holding back.
Yeah,
Knees are on the
because he's
mat.
down.
I'm down.
And he put himself there. So he put himself
That's what I was
there.
asking. That's going to be a slip.
That,
That's the reason why we're going back to teaching drop spin right now.
yeah.
Because drop Smith should be a relatively, I make a big attempt without, and again, 14 scores in Paris for 4 points off an arm swing.
Right.
And yet Americans, we don't usually know. Because why? Because it doesn't get rewarded. And it doesn't get protected. Probably even more.
Well, we had that period of time where you could hit it, but we weren't going to stop it. You're down on the bottom. Well, okay, I'm not going to hit it because I put myself in trouble.
And I'm just going to tell you, the
But when
tricky
they
one
brought it
is,
back,
I got to here, maybe here, and he locks me good enough. Put your hip, don't lift up, just put your hips in. Now, if he lifts me and takes me back that way, yeah, it could be his move.
what did he do? Lift.
Change
And now he
direction.
takes it and changes direction.
Now, here's the next part though. If all that happens is, I get to here, and you think that I got stopped before I actually got to my knees, and it goes back to like here, then that's a counter. This is a counter. Falling back in a lock is not a move, you know what I mean? But if he goes, and then sets me, yeah, now I'm in 4. And because now, Greco will have different looking scenarios for counters because the scores are behind us. And that's one example. Okay. All right, let's move on to the headlock. Throw me a slow headlock. Just throw me a slow. Goes here, and my head hits. And now he bites, and my head. Sometimes that goes 6, 7, 8 seconds. But you should be, in my opinion, it should be, he took the risk, he did a rotational move, I can identify it as a headlock, he hits. Now, he didn't get my head under. Now it goes, move. Now I'm pointing, not giving anything, and all of a sudden the head slips out, and I start asking. Okay? I think, I'm pointing at there's a headlock here. I'm pointing, there's a headlock, and there's in motion. What I'm telling the official, what I'm telling my chair is, I didn't fall asleep here. I'm not throwing any points up right now, but there's a reason why I'm not throwing any points up. So I'm here and I'm walking and I'm like, now. And if they look at me and go, no, we're giving 2. Okay, here it is. Now I'll give it 2 and I'll start. That's what works. But the bottom line is, again, I think the mistake we make sometimes is, again, looking at this, trying to get coaches and officials on one page. A move hits like that, and then there's no call, there's nothing. Nothing's shown, nothing's anywhere. When it goes 7, 8 seconds, now everybody gets bored with it. All of a sudden the guy ends up on top and you go, well, he's doing it because he's on top. No, technical merit. Okay? It doesn't. Absolutely. Because here's the thing. We can say, what's the proper technique if I roll his head underneath? Maybe not. Now, let me ask this. When are you going to stop it when the headlock's still in? I believe, have a headlock on, your head is on the mat, you're posting both your hands and you're at a right angle. Then stop it and bring it a slip. Because we let that play out longer and longer. This guy's just saying, I'm not going to get turned. But that guy took an action, he took a risk, and we're not rewarding him for the risk.
And you're burning his time on.
Burning clock.
And we're just talking about that.
Yep.
Nowadays, we're going to try to add that time back on from the point. If you let it go, and ask for the slip, and they say, yep, that was a slip, are we going to go back and add that time back?
So the deal is that now the tricky one for me is the one where it looks like this.
If they miss the slip and there's a score.
Because there's almost a score. If that plays out, and now remember, once we get the 2, if he breaks the 90 and gets the 2, now he comes back on top. We're going to give him 1, and everybody's happy. I made an attempt. I got the 2. I got gained 1 point advantage out of that whole deal. All right, so now let's move on to negative wrestling. To me, if we take those 4 questions, first one is who initiated it. I think that's one of the biggest things for me as a coach that I see is when sometimes a 4 is called and sometimes a 2, and I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that call. The 4-0 could be 4-2 or 2-0. We have one of those in Manchester. Beautiful. But the bottom line is hard. That's hard. That's a hard call. But at the end of the day, I think we've got to go back and say who started it. Who started the action? And if the action is going backwards, then it may have been the guy that's going backwards. There's a reason why it's going backwards. If his hips are in. And then a move follows that right away. So I want to talk real quick about time thieving. Cross wrist, inside here, and I'm here. Guys, I'm not for sure what I'm trying to do here, you know? Now, if I'm really wrestling, I want a double, as coach go, I could get a double underhook. Well, yeah, I could be tall too one of these days, but I'm not gonna. So I'm here. But if I really want that, then I'm gonna come here. I'm coming here. But here, this is tiny thing. I can walk the guy, I can elevate him, and I'm on the inside. And the question is, why would I have this move? And if I'm there very long, I push him, pushes back, and I do this. Okay, now I'll give you more time. But that right there. So let's say this. We're talking about initiation. And again, if I want to kill a monster, when do I kill it? When it's a baby. You climb up into the dragon lair and you look at the nest and there's an egg, you pull it out and go, dead dragon. Okay? You let that thing get about 40 foot long, throwing fire 60 feet, claws bigger than your head, you got a problem. That's why, as an official, you got to stop this. Guy comes out hard slap. It happens more in the stuff where they grab legs, where they slap in the face and then go to their leg, right? In Greco, you slap a guy in the face, you can catch an elbow. You want to slap me, but here's the problem with that. I slapped him and he gave me an elbow back. And then you talk to him, right? So, initiation. Who started? Let's not catch the second guy. Let's catch the first guy and talk to him. Now, older officials, they have ways of making that just go away. They're like, stop, attention, attention. One more, I got you. Here we go. And they stop. It's like two school kids on a playground, right? So your ability to do that depends on how much people skill you got. Now, so here's the other side I'd say. Going down there on that big stage with now, cadets and juniors, they're going to score for you. But you're going to need 15. So the deal is that when you get down there on that stage, and all of a sudden the wrestlers are not giving you anything, then you have to take it. And we're going to need you to be courageous enough to do that. And then I got to tell you, first of all, I hope that you, again, don't fight a 5-alarm fire with a garden hose by yourself. I hope you got a whole fire department of officials behind you going, no, that's the way we're calling it. Bam, bam. And your evaluations go up, and everything is good. And you know what coaches will do? They'll go back and figure out how they should start wrestling. Now, I'm not asking you to fix Greco-Roman wrestling. That's the coaches and the athlete's job. But I hope that you have no problem doing this and doing this. Okay? We know they're going to happen. But as they happen, realize this. That is a judgment call. No bricks. And it's just, no, that's my call. Make it really firm. And then again, I hope that what Mr. Eric said, I hope your judge follows you. And then maybe your chair goes, let's give it another try. White patterns. Okay, I can do that because why? Because all the heat's coming through the chairman. Okay? And that's where we're supposed to go. So I want to say something about that. I hope too that we get to a point because as a Greco-Roman, I love Greco-Roman wrestling.